Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, is not a right-winger, as these guys are scaring everybody. She's a fraud. Yes, and she's a bigot. And I will make my case according to or citing her statements, okay? Yes, that one, Giorgia Meloni, the girl from Italy. They all said, oh, she's a new fascist here. I don't think she's a fascist whatsoever. I haven't seen yet any actions coming from this Prime Minister of Italy that would indicate that she's right-wing whatsoever. As of now, I heard some stories, oh, let's fight for the family, let's fight for this, but in action? No. And let me read you this article, and this, I think, is at least one evidence that shows me that she's just joined, how would you call it, the woke movement. That's a identity politics right here at play. So we have this article from MSN, all right, coming from Reuters. Actually, Italy's Meloni wants woman to head state-controlled company for first time. All right, so starting with this, we can use, all right, where would you want necessary a woman? I would want someone who's capable, regardless if it's a woman or whatever, no? So, first, she is a bigot because she wants a woman instead of wanting a little person, all right? And that's discriminating against little people, and I think she's a bigot for that. The other thing is this a woman or a man, it should not even be taken into consideration when discussing promotion or appointments, because that tells me that you're generalizing. And if you generalize, it means that a woman or women are inherently different than men. Therefore, you have another strike on this issue, because nowadays we know that if you want, you can identify from a woman to a man. You just can come back whenever you feel like. Therefore, that's another bigoted statement. This is not a meritocracy. This is just as I said, identity politics. Rome. Italy's state-controlled companies should have at least one leader who is woman. Why? Why do you even think in this kind of terms? Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni said, and remember, this thing is in the public sector. I saw this in the public sector when things got appointed and reversed and all that, and it was not based on meritocracy. And you know who's going to lose eventually? We're going to lose. Because if you hire people and you promote people based on other factors than ability to do the job, then what are you going to do? I mean, I'm going to hire children. They're not children over there. Never been a first child being a prime minister or minister of defense or anything like this. Should we appoint a child? Now, in each group, there are subgroups. Now, if that's a woman, I would like to know what would be the sexual orientation of that woman. I mean, if it matters that much that is a woman, now what is the sexual orientation? Now, what will be that woman's height? What would be that woman's eye colors? How old will she be? Will she be young or old? Because if you're going to hire one that's going to appoint one as being old, you discriminate against the young, and vice versa. Did she do sports in her life? Is she smoking? Is she drinking alcohol? Is she classy? Is she a tramp? A lot of subgroups in this big group. So which one is going to be? So why do you divide it only by men and women? Why don't you divide it by blondes and brunettes, or red hairs, or no hair at all? I mean, if we're talking about things that don't really matter, does it? You want to make a point? Well, as I said, there are many groups that you can make points. Why don't you put, I don't know, Was there any, let's say, Jewish person on that position ever? No, I don't think so. So if it wasn't, why not you do that? I'm all for it. Was that an African American? No. Was it, I don't know, Moroccan? No. Was it a Romanian immigrant? No. So you see how many groups you discriminate against? So this is bullshit. And the fact that she says that and she wants to do that tells me that she is not as these guys are portraying. I'm not angry that she's not a right-winger. I think it's unfair what she does. Whatever, in her portrayal as being a follower of Mussolini, the fascist leader and so on, is just zero. She just committed to more weapons to Ukraine. What about your country? Shouldn't your country come first? Don't conflate the fight in Ukraine with your freedoms and liberties like these guys are trying to do. Oh, the Ukrainians are fighting for your freedom, therefore they fight for you, so you have your interest to have them fight for you. No, I don't buy that little scenario. I give you another scenario. Jesus Christ is going to come tomorrow and we make peace and we love all of us the same as he loves blah, 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 blah. How about that scenario? I can give you many scenarios. How about tomorrow there's not going to be United States whatsoever? I don't know. Zeus will come and use his thunderbolt and, I don't know, help us all. Is that how? I mean, scenarios and scenarios and scenarios. Remember, I smelled this woman, not that way, from the very beginning. When she showed up and she started, the first thing she did, her new appointed foreign minister called Zelensky. That was the first call. I was, what the f is that? It's unbelievable. Call Zelensky. They didn't call, Biden or, Scholz or Sunak or someone or Macron. I haven't heard Macron for a long time. I don't know, he's in Tahiti or something, having a long vacation, or he's not supposed to. He didn't give an order to come up and tell us some bullshit. She didn't call those guys. She called Zelensky. What is going on here? I said, what's going on? And then she pledged, yes, we're going to give you weapons. We're going to continue that. What? Okay, I guess that's the right winger or whatever extreme fascist that you are called. And now this. I am for meritocracy. All right? I want opportunity. I don't want equity. I want equality in opportunity. That means if I want to apply for a job, I should not be smacked in my face because I'm a man. All right? I don't want a woman to do the same thing. You can't apply because you're a woman. No. Equal opportunity. That's what I want. And then is meritocracy based on your abilities to perform, to do the job. I mean, obviously I can apply for, let's say, in a brothel and say I want to be a female prostitute, which I can't be a female. I can be a male prostitute, but not a female prostitute. So that job I don't think I can get unless, So again, it's unbelievable. It's not unbelievable. It just angers me that I see these fakes. The challenge is now how many women sit on board of directors? How many will deserve? How about that? The challenge is when will we have the first woman chief executive in state-controlled company? Why? Why is that the first thing that we need to do? Why not when? The challenge is when will we have the best candidate to be the chief executive? Meloni said at an event in the parliament, because I am telling you, I'm quoting, it is one of my objectives. Or is really? All right, why don't you fire all the men and hire all the women? Why don't you do it? And we'll be perfectly fine. Meloni, 46, is Italy's first female prime minister. Is she still a virgin? No. Oh my God, we gotta appoint one that she's a virgin. Why? I discriminate against that group. Her right-wing government, which took office in October, is expected to decide on chairperson and CEO positions at major state-controlled companies by the end of the month, sources have said. So I'm sorry, but this is what happens in the state organizations, in departments, and that's why the government works just fine. Because I saw personally, and I'm pretty sure you did the same way, certain guys, certain people are promoted based on this kind of traits that have nothing to do with the performance, work job performance, or the future job performance. There's not an indicator that being a man or a woman in that position will somehow increase the productivity. And that's all that matters. When I have over there someone doing a job, I don't care how good in bed he or she is, or if he's a man or a woman or whatever they identify as a goose or something. I don't care. I want them to be the best for that position. Therefore, he's going to make the best decisions for us. That's his job. That's the only reason we have that position. We don't have the position as a popularity contest. We don't push anything over there. No, you are over there to do. And she's in a state. She's a governmental. That means she represents us. You know what I mean? The plebe, the Romans, the Italians, the Romans. Bong, a long time ago. Those are not the Romans. If the Romans would be over there, Meloni will be taken and invited outside. But hey, was that right? As I said, get the right people that can perform, that are the best for the position. She is a fraud. She is not a fascist, as they call him now. Not that I want. I have to say this nowadays. Not that I want, so people don't get ideas. It's just she's not what this guy's telling us she is, and she's a bigot. I mean, she's going to promote someone and discriminate against another group based on something that has nothing to do with the performance on the job. And as a little people, I'm very offended by that. And by a Romanian American, I'm very offended. I use that just to be a part of a little victim group, because I don't think they're Romanian Americans. I don't think they're French Americans. They're just Americans. We're African Americans. We're Caucasian Americans or white Americans. I don't buy that. I don't like that, because that shows division on groups. That means we're going to point fingers. And then we're going to have someone who's going to come and say, yeah, you point finger, I'm going to break that finger. And then what's going to happen? You're going to hit me in the head, and that escalates. Where? We know exactly where this is going to escalate. I don't have to tell you. History is a witness to us. So anyway, Meloni, when she got, her party got so many votes and she formed a government with Berlusconi and Salvini, I was, wow, maybe, and I watched a lot of people, on YouTube and the media, and people saying, oh yes, the right wing sweeping Europe and in Sweden and in this and that. And I heard some guys that I like on YouTube, and I was one of them. I said, well, let's see what happens over there. Maybe meritocracy will return to those countries. No. And as I said, I thought that she maybe is going to be in the first 1 or 2 or 3 months in her premiership over there, not Berkeley premiership, football, but being a prime minister. And I thought that when you come, like you get a promotion, you get among other people. You don't know exactly who's who, what's what, who's the boss, who's friends with whom, who hates. You need a little bit of time, so you play nicely. You don't just barge in and you boom, 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 boom. Maybe you do that. It's a different style. But you want to find out how the wind blows first, and then you make your enemies, make your friends, make your groups, and then you attack to get higher. Right? That's a little strategy. And I thought that she's going to do this, but it's like in United States as well. They come over there as the presidents, they promise a lot of things. When they get over there, they can't do anything, or not anything. They can't do, I would say, most things that they said they will do, because when they get over there, some people pay them a visit and tell them how things are ran, it seems like. You remember, for instance, Barack Obama, one of his points when he ran for President of the United States of America was, I'm going to close Guantanamo Bay. Is it closed? No. Why not? He could have done it. One signature, done. Why didn't he do it? Because he doesn't have guns. All right? Now you got the answer. Doesn't have the guns, doesn't have the information, and secret services are protecting him from what? Do you think those secret services are around him to protect him from, Do you think that if someone over there tells them something, they will not follow the order? I mean, it's unbelievable, man. It's like weasels. So, Meloni, out. For me, you're out. You need to redeem yourself as a, I would say, average, balanced, just individual, you need to do about, I don't know, 6 or 7 acts that would show that. As of now, you're deep in doo-doo. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.